Okay, today we are going to look at animal nutrition, how food is being digested and then absorbed into the body. When you talk about animal nutrition, you're saying that animals need to eat to give them nutrients that are used in the body to provide energy. Basically, when you eat, when you talk about nutrition, you're talking about getting nutrients from outside the environment into our bodies. So animals need to eat. When they eat, they obtain these nutrients. The nutrients provide the energy into the body so that now the organisms can live. All the processes which are happening in our body require, most of them require energy. And then this energy can only be obtained from external environment. That's why we have what you call animal nutrition. We need to obtain this food from the external environment. So the reason why also animal nutrition is very important is to repair damaged tissue and regulate the body processes. When you eat, you obtain these nutrients. These nutrients are going to help in the process of repairing the damaged cells, and then the body processes can also take place. We have different categories of animals. It means that we have different modes in which these animals eat. We have the first category as herbivores. Herbivores, they only eat plants. Example of a herbivore is a cow. Two, we have omnivores. Omnivores means that they can eat plants, material and animal material. Omnivore is human beings are examples of omnivores. Pigs are examples of omnivores because they can eat both plant material and animal material. Then we have the last one, which you call the carnivores. These ones, they feed on meat only. They feed on animal material. They don't feed on plants. So we have those ones which feed on plants strictly, and then we have those ones which feed on animal, and then we have those which feed on both plants and animals. So we have the herbivores, we have the omnivores, and then you have the carnivores. We saying that if you look at their dental formula, dental shape, you'll find out that the herbivores, they have the teeth down on the lower jaw, and the upper jaw they don't have teeth, and then they have spaces here. So it means that they cannot tear the meat. That's why they can only feed on plants. If you look at omnivores, they have teeth which can help in both eating the plants and animals material. Then carnivores they have the teeth which can help them in tearing the meat. So if you look at these canines, they can help the carnivores to tear the meat so that they can feed on them. So if you just look at their arrangement of teeth, you can know that this is a herbivore, this is omnivore, and then this is a carnivore. Then if you go to these teeth, you'll find out that the different shapes. We can see them here that they have a specific function. That incisors, the first ones, the one which are in front, we call them incisors, very important for cutting the food. And then we have the canines, the sharp ones, yes, very important in tearing. So sometimes when you want to tear meat, you try to put the meat just in the position of the canine so that you can tear the meat. And then you have the premolars, very important in crushing. These are the premolars. And then the molars, these ones just have the large surface area so that there is a lot of food which can be crushed in a short period of time. So these two are the premolars, and then the three are the molars. Last time I talked about that these teeth, you cannot just have them, all of them, no. You have a specific age which you have to reach at, then you can have all the teeth in the mouth. The arrangement of the teeth will help in identifying which kind of organism which kind of food are you going to feed on. We are saying that human nutrition requires a digestive system. When you talk about human nutrition, it requires a digestive system. So that the food can travel in this digestive system, the important one is absorbed into the blood, and then the one which is not important, or the undigested one, is then removed from the body. So let's look at some of the definitions which you are going to find in the digestive system. Number one, we have the digestion. Digestion is the process which involves the physical and the chemical. So it requires energy and then requires chemical to break down the complex molecules into simplest forms that can be absorbed into the bloodstream. If you look at physical, if you use teeth, it requires energy for you to chew, so that you can crush the big particles of food. And then these big particles, because they have been broken down, then it means that the surface area has been increased. So if you increase the surface area when you try to chew, then it means that you are trying to increase the surface area so that these chemicals can act on this food and then break down these complex molecules into simplest form, so that these forms can be absorbed into the bloodstream. And then now respiration will take place, and then we can obtain energy from the food we have obtained. So it requires a process until when energy is released. So there must be a process, but the first process is digestion. Then this digestion, it has five major steps, or five important things which are needed or which you need to know about. Number one, we have what's called the ingestion, which means taking in. When you take in food, when you have something and then you put it into the mouth, we call it ingestion. Then you have what's called the digestion. This is breaking down. So when you take in food, then you break down the food into smaller particles. And then after breaking it down, the important ones are being absorbed into the bloodstream. And then the one which is not important is then taken away. It continues with the digestive system. The one which has been absorbed is assimilated. Assimilation means that putting the food you have absorbed into use. So you assimilate it so that the food you have eaten can maybe produce the energy. The food you have eaten, the nutrients can be used in manufacturing maybe proteins or structures of the body, or repairing the cells which the tissues which have been worn out, maybe damaged, all those things. So that's what we call the assimilation, putting the nutrients we have obtained into use. And then you have what you call the digestion. Digestion is taking out the undigested material. Taking out the undigested material. There's a difference between ingestion and excretion. When you're talking about excretion, here we are talking about only nitrogenous, removing the nitrogenous wastes from the body. So that is, or removing the waste product from the blood. So that is excretion. But when you talk about digestion, is now talking about, is related to digestive system. So going to the toilet and do the cackling is not excretion, is called digestion. So we call it digestion. So this process, they must be in line. They must be in this sequence, the way you see it, from ingestion, taking in, digestion, breaking down, absorption, absorbing what is important, and then assimilation, using what you have absorbed, and then the one which is not absorbed is then digested, meaning that is taken out of the body. So those are the processes which you need to know in the digestive system. So as I've said, that digestion means taking in of food, and then digestion, breaking down food into smaller particles or small simplest form that can be absorbed into the bloodstream. It involves the physical digestion and the chemical digestion. We will see this in detail. Then we have the absorption. Absorption is the products of digestion are diffused into blood. So meaning that they are taken from the blood, from the digestive system to the blood. That's why sometimes when you are after eating, you feel weak. Why? Because now the food is being absorbed into the blood stream. So when you absorb this food into the bloodstream, you find out that the blood is drained from the brain, then taken to the digestive system or the stomach, and then now the brain remains without enough oxygen, enough food, and then what happens, it makes you to be a little bit weaker. So that's what happens because absorption is taking place. That's why we say that when you are eating, eat after a certain time, try to drink so that the food you have eaten can be absorbed smoothly. So basically that's it. And then you have what you call the digestion. Digestion is the removal of undigested and unabsorbed waste from the body through the anus into in form of feces. Then it means that the feces which you ingest out or you release from the body is, as a result, it has undigested the undigested parts, food which has not been absorbed. So if you look at some animals, it does not mean that the food which you take as feces is does not have any nutrients. It has nutrients, but some of it, because it is moving at a very fast rate, then it means that it is not what is not digested. So parts of the digestive system.